operate as a transfer station, a modified convenience center, or close it entirely. Pros of operating as a transfer station: citizens do love using it, and it does allow for full staffing capabilities. The cons: it is slightly more costly to operate. It's not truly used as a dedicated transfer station. It's kind of a hybrid, where it's not really a convenience center, it's not really a transfer station, it's a bit of both. And the building and adjoining roads sit atop a permitted future cell 3 of the landfill. Right now, the landfill is being used as cell 1. The board permitted cell 2 at a future date. There's also a cell 4, but cell 3 contains the new maintenance building and the new transfer station. The question is, how do we pay for the personnel needed if we continue as the transfer station model? Amherst has a standard rate of $53, which is below the average. And you'll see where it says residential hauling rate, we don't charge our haulers who haul residential trash anything. We're the only entity in the region that does that. Rates haven't been adjusted in 23 years. If the board does decide to change the rates, we can do that after 60 days. If we eliminate the commercial discount, commercial haulers do receive a $9 discount. That would do $149,000, almost $150,000. Most other localities do not include a commercial discount. Amherst County does. If we raise the commercial tipping rate from $44 to $50 a ton, that would create $78,000 of recurring revenue. Scenario 2 is converting into a modified convenience center. It is a little less expensive than a transfer station. The citizens can still use the building, which they like, and the passenger cars and trucks avoid the dangerous landfill phase. So the cons would be foregoing the DEQ permit that took 2 years to acquire, the loss of interchangeability with staffing, requires retrofitting the building because it's currently used as a transfer station. We'd have to make it into a convenience center. It would require one full-time landfill employee to spend at least half a day on site. That's approximately $28,000 in personnel costs. So we'd still have to use a full-time landfill employee one half of the time at the site at approximately $28,000 a year. And there would be no commercial traffic allowed. So all the pictures on the bottom represent traffic that is allowed at the permitted transfer station that would be not permitted if we're to be converted into a convenience. Some other figures and modify them. To talk about removing the free commercial tipping, what we centered on was $44 a ton. Because at $44 a ton, Amherst County is still the least expensive venue in Central Virginia. It would bring the rates consistent within other landfills and other transfer stations in the region, and allows a recurring source of funding for the closure fund. As I mentioned on the last slide, the estimated need is approximately $10 million when cell 2 is available.
To the landfill, we're going to look at most likely a higher price for our citizens on their bills. I mean, that's what I get out of this. So if we do decide to go that route, the citizens of the county will expect most likely to pay a little bit higher of a rate on their trash pickup.
There is the potential for that, but in a free market like this where you have multiple competitors, you might see a temporary price increase and then a leveling off once the competitors get wind that one has raised the price, the others may in fact lower.
Places still operate like that, but I do see the advantages of not having to have residential people go up to the face of the landfill, worry about popping their tires, so forth.
I'm inclined to support keeping it at the transfer station. I'm inclined to go with the $44 rate. But I think at the same time, we need to circle back to this after that rate's imposed. So if the citizens see a rate increase as a result, then we reevaluate at that time.
Fine with going ahead and keeping the transfer station as is.